My name is Melanie Riche, and this is my learning video essay for media industries with Dr. Strangelove. We learned a lot in this class, and we went through a lot of subject matter. But the most important thing that I believe we learned in this class was autoethnography and how it's a really interesting way to research not only yourself, but how you can connect it with others and their experiences. It was super interesting to check in with myself and to see what I felt about the things that I was studying. And it gave me an inside look at how I felt about things, whether I knew I felt that way or not. It was very interesting to do research that way, but then also apply it to how others are feeling. Checking in with yourself may not have been the number one goal of Dr. Strangelove in this class, but it was definitely one of the most important things that I took from it. The importance of realizing how you feel and how things make you feel by the process of the research, but also in the way that you're writing. The coding section really made you see the words that kept coming up, the feelings that kept coming up, and how important it was to check in. I feel like it was also important to check in about the feelings that you have in what the state of the world means. While the state of globalization is something that I pay attention to at work, and it's something that I see every day at work, it's not necessarily something I check in with when I get home. And while I know about the different crises that are affecting us, like the climate crisis, like systemic racism, like injustices in corners from around the world, it's not something that I let myself feel uncomfortable in and see and think of how I can make those crises better and how the actions that I do, whether at work or at home in my everyday life, help contribute to fighting those crises or making them worse. This class was a good reminder at stopping and thinking about that and being purposeful in those actions. Another big thing was checking in with the media universe. As somebody who works with media on a daily basis, I tend to think of journalists as my friends, as my coworkers, and as people that are trustworthy and reliable. But it's important to remember that everybody has a frame and it's not necessarily unbiased, and their frame is the story that's being told, and it's not necessarily the full picture or the full story. So it's important to take a step back, even if they're your friends, and realize that whether it's a narrative that they're pushing or that their editors are pushing, it doesn't always paint the full picture.